Fall camp's done. What do you think the offense accomplished?
We accomplished a lot. Had some good competition out there at certain positions. And, I think a lot of guys stepped up, especially in the wide receiver room. We saw a lot of great production out of a lot of different players there. And, I think we are feeling good, getting into game plan week this week and, trying to get guys in the right spots.
Where do you think you made your biggest strides, and what was an area of emphasis maybe for you in fall camp?
I think just trying to get better every single day. That was my emphasis. Not really trying to focus on results or long-term aspects of it, but just trying to get better every single day. Working on something that I need to every single day, and I thought I did that, and I improved a lot.
Some more guys in the mix with wide receiver. How do you feel your rapport is with those guys throughout camp as you get set for the season?
Really good. Yeah, I think like you said, we lost a couple guys last year, so some guys had to step up. I think A.J. Richardson had a great camp. Killian Butler had a great camp. Sean Monster had a great camp. Brian Jefferson, a lot of those guys had a really good fall camp, and we're going to be able to use them in different areas.
Is it refreshing to get to start game planning and doing stuff like that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's nice to get a call sheet finally, get some game plan stuff going, and get some personnel things in there where we're sticking guys in different spots instead of just going against our defense every single day. And we got the scouts out there yesterday, so that's kind of a whirlwind for the first day, just because they're trying to learn how to read the cards and learn how to get in the right place and stuff like that. But it's definitely nice, going against a different defense.
What do you think the offense needs to do this fall, maybe that you guys didn't accomplish last season? You mentioned some of those things before, but what were some of the ones in fall camp as an offense that you guys try to get better at?
I think the red zone efficiency is something that we've been talking about for a while now, and being able to finish drives when we need to, and then just usual things: ball security, eliminating turnovers, being good up third down, and responding to adversity, and that's something that we emphasized a lot in fall camp as well, and thought we did a way better job of that.
How do you train or work on responding to adversity?
I think it's just kind of like when something goes bad in practice or when things go bad in the scrimmage, being able to bounce back, and you can kind of monitor that. Like, say we have a turnover in a practice or a scrimmage, what are we going to do the next play, and having that next play mentality and really buying into that. And I think a lot of guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because we've been emphasizing it a lot, have done a great job with that, and definitely seen improvements there.
A lot of talk about you maybe being a little more mobile in the pocket, and a little more athletic, I guess, in terms of the extending plays or avoiding, pressure and stuff. How'd that kind of go during fall camp? Do you feel a little more comfortable doing some of those things?
Yeah, I do. I think I definitely have improved in that area, and that's something that Coach Hill and I, are still emphasizing and we're working on every single day. And I think it's a little movement here and there, and being able to roll out, maybe make a play every once in a while is definitely going to be good for me.
Last year with McNichols getting so many of the carries, now it's going to change and maybe be a little more of a committee. What's that been like for you as a quarterback, looking at some of the different running backs you can be handing it off to?
It's been awesome. I think all those guys have done an unbelievable job. Ryan Wolfen, Alex Madison, Rob Mahone, Drake Beasley's looked really good as well. So, we got a lot of depth, I think, at that position, and it's going to be good to see those guys get out there on some finish seconds.
I know every fall guys talk about a bond or camaraderie on the team and stuff like that. It seems like more so this fall camp, I've heard guys bring it up unprompted. Have you noticed that with this team, and maybe why did you guys try to foster that this year?
Yeah, I think I've definitely noticed that, and that's kind of going along with that adversity thing. Being able to rally together when stuff is not going our way, and having that camaraderie, like you're saying, and having that confidence in each other that we can trust our training that we're doing every day out here, and then we know we're working hard out in practice every single day. So when stuff does go wrong, we're not going to panic. We're going to be ready for that.
Not to knock past teams, but was that something that you felt like you guys needed to do this year that maybe you didn't quite have in past seasons?
No, not necessarily. I think we just put more of an emphasis on it, I think, this year, and it's been fun. It's a great group of guys, and I'm looking forward to finally getting out there and playing.
With such a young team, a lot of guys have said they like that because it's a lot more competition and energy and youth and stuff. What have you noticed both sides of the ball with such a young team and so many guys at key spots being inexperienced young guys?
Yeah, I think the competition I think is the big word there. A lot of guys didn't really have set starting positions coming into camp, and all over offense, defense, special teams, there was competition throughout the entire camp, and that was something that was really cool to see because when we're competing, we're getting each other better, and I definitely think that happened.
Brett, what does it mean to you to be named captain for a second year in a row?
It's the biggest honor I think you could ever have. I saw a video not too long ago of Tom Brady talking about that, and when he went back to Michigan, saying that how throughout his entire career that was the biggest honor he's ever had, and it really means a lot to me to be voted captain by our teammates, just because they know they're the really ones that know that how much time you really put in, and your passion and love for the game, your drive to win championships, and I think that's something that I really take to heart, and I want to lead these guys to a great year.
The fact that it's your second year, what did you learn last year, and how can you be better at it this year? It's a pretty rare chance to be able to do it a second time.
Yeah, I think I've definitely learned a lot from last year, and I think the biggest thing is just being able to rally guys when stuff doesn't go our way. I think certain games, and that's something, like I said, we've been talking about for a while now, and I think I've definitely taken a step in the right direction as far as my leadership ability goes, and we'll see when we get out there.
There was some talk about in the last meeting days about the structure of your leadership. And I think you were talking about maybe even the sidelines and making sure all the players are together on the sidelines. At one point, maybe it was just you and the running backs or something like that. Is there any kind of a sideline structure part of it for you, and is that something you guys have looked at?
No, not necessarily. I think it's more of just me being able to, make sure that I'm talking with everybody throughout the entire drive, because the O-line's always going to be talking to, Coach Goodell. They're going to be on the sideline. They're going to be going over their protections, and what they're seeing out there. The receiver's going to be talking as well. So it's kind of my job is to, keep everybody up, make sure we're all ready for whatever we're going to see the next drive, what we're thinking game plan wise, and kind of keeping that communication throughout the entire day.
I don't know if we'll get you next week or not, but season opener being a day game, afternoon. How excited are you? What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like? with tailgating and just the game and stuff for an afternoon opener next week.
Yeah, well, it's something I've never experienced here, but from what I've heard, it's an awesome environment and a great atmosphere. And I've only played. I can count on a hand how many day games I've actually played in my career, home or away. But it's something that I think is great for the fans. I think it'll be a little bit different for us just because we're so used to always having the 8:15 game and being at the hotel all day. This is going to be a little bit different. Waking up, basically getting into the walkthrough, coming over here for the Bronco walk, and then getting right into it. So it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
You have 23 career games under your belt as the Bronco quarterback. What is the responsibility of playing that position here at this specific school?
It's a lot. It's something that I take with great pride. Like I said, Coach Harsin always talks about when you're the quarterback here, you make decisions for the whole team, and that's something that I really take to heart as well. Is when I have that ball in my hands, I'm making decisions for this whole team, and I want to be able to lead us in the end zone every drive. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen, but that's something that I definitely focus on.
In the spring, you worked with an offensive line that doesn't resemble the one that you have here in fall camp. How has it been getting some of those guys back, and how has that, how confident do you feel in that group in front of you, losing, 3 guys who are pretty big starters?
Yeah, no, I feel very, very confident in that group. I think Mason Hampton, first and foremost, has done an unbelievable job, leading that group and making sure that everyone is dialed at their positions, because we do have some younger guys. playing some big roles this year. But the one thing is we're really big. I think that's what I definitely noticed is we got some size up front and we're able to move people around. So it's really all going to come down to making sure that we're prepared every single week and everybody's on the same page. And I know we're going to do a great job of that.
You've talked a lot about depth of wide receiver, depth of running back. There's been a lot of talk about the addition of tight ends. With more, there was games like, I mean, it was like the Air Force game where there was like 2 people that caught passes. But the fact that you have so many different weapons now and so much more depth, does that change your offense at all?
I think so, a little bit. Just from the fact that we can, I think a lot of our guys on offense have different strengths, and especially at the wide receiver and tight end position, and we can use them in different areas. And so it'll be game plan specific each week what we're trying to get accomplished with certain guys, and we're going to use all their strengths to the best of their abilities and be able to get them the ball in different ways.
I would say Jake left, but what have you seen from Chase? And we talked a lot about Montel, but what have you seen? What have you seen from Chase? And obviously losing Jake out of that room, I don't know how that affects the dynamic.
Yeah, obviously tough losing Jake. I was really close with him. He was a good contributor to the room. I think everybody in that room has done an unbelievable job this fall camp, and Chase, Montel, Tanner coming in, he's been learning really quick as well. So it's definitely a little bit of a different dynamic. It's kind of had to change their roles a little bit with Jake leaving, and with Tanner now running the scout team, and then Chase is over with us game planning as well. So it's been good, and I think it'll cause Chase to have to grow up a little bit faster.
What do you like about what he brings to the table? I mean, the guy's 6'3" and looks like he can run, and obviously that certainly is intriguing to people.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of athleticism. Seems like a very, very smart player. Makes good decisions out there, and is working hard every single day. So I think he's got potential to develop into a great player.
All right, thanks, Brett.
Thanks, Brett.